Sounds good.
Hey, it's Bill Gross here with my friend and colleague and neighbor and vendor and fellow social media player, Michael Wanders. Hey, Michael.
Hi, how's it going? Nice to see you, Bill.
Michael Wanders, CPA. So, Michael, tell us about where you grew up, where you're from originally.
Well, the short version is I spent my formidable years in Seattle, Washington. I went to high school over there, went to college over there. From there, I moved to Israel for about 5 years. From Israel, I moved to Texas, Houston, where I started my degree in accounting. And from there, moved to New York, where I met my wife. And now I'm in California, beautiful, sunny California.
And wife and kids?
Yes, a wife. So we had one daughter who was born in New York. Actually, our son was born out there. We moved to Los Angeles when he was about 2 weeks old. And now we have a third as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you guys are busy in the COVID environment.
Definitely busy. My wife is even more busy. So I used to work out of my house. I had a home office over there. And then recently moved out, still looking for something a little more permanent. But right now I moved out of this conference room over here.
Nice. So, and your background in CPA, I know you have your own firm now. Tell us about what got you into deciding to open your own firm. Take us back a little bit before and then that decision.
I think I heard the question. It's a little bit choppy, but I think the question is, let me know if I'm correct, kind of just a little bit about the background about how I came to open up my own CPA firm.
Yep.
So my undergraduate degree was actually in a non-accounting related topic. It was in international studies. And after a couple of years, a few years of working, I wanted to go into the accounting world. So I pursued my master's degree, my MBA in accounting, and did my CPA. And kind of right around the same time upon graduation and working on the CPA was when I moved to Los Angeles. And we started off working for PwC, did some audit, was in the audit department over there, worked for them for a few years, worked with some large clients in the financial services, in the consumer industrial product services as well initially. And then from there, I tried out accounting for City National Bank. Worked for them for a couple of years and really enjoyed it. And just really missed the public accounting world. And at the same time, while I was at PwC, more difficult then, but more so when I was at City National Bank, I started working a little bit on some of my own clientele. People, friends, family would come to me. They would ask me questions, the CPA type of questions, tax questions, accounting questions. And I just found that I really enjoyed working directly with the client, working directly one-on-one with people and with small businesses. So at a certain point, my clientele got to this size, this place, where I really felt I was not able to service them as well as I wanted to, as well as they needed it. And so I sort of had to make a decision. Was I going to stick around and work for somebody else for the long term, or was I going to go and open up my own practice? I tried hiring other people to do the work, through myself managing and reviewing the work after hours, but really you're still limited when it comes, when trying to do it that way. I just really wanted to delve in, give it my all, and do the best job that I can. And it's really, I'm sure you know as well in your industry and in your work, working for yourself, there's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to working for yourself. But I really believe that when you put your whole heart into something, and that it's the market sees it and the market rewards for it.
Nice. So I know when I've called you with referrals, the problem that I get from clients is they're behind their bookkeeping, or they've taken on some big projects and they've fallen behind, but primarily it's the activity and the bookkeeping that, oh my gosh, I need some help with that. And to me, that screams, I need the right accountant. What is the most common problem people have when they call you that you're able to help them effectively?
Well, so I would say two types of clients, right? we have one type of client that really it's more project based, right? So they'll have some issues that maybe the IRS is reaching out to them for some sort of deficiency. Maybe they have, and oftentimes the clients that are in that other category of more on an ongoing basis, it starts off as something that is project based. They had an issue. They have some very limited scope type of work that they would like me to look at for them. So if there was going to be, a lot of my clients are small businesses. Some of them are more established. Some of them are true startups. So for the startups, really their biggest, they're focusing really on the operations, right? They're really focused on trying to grow the business. And oftentimes in the earlier stages, they're not thinking about the accounting of it. They're not thinking about keeping track. They're just thinking about growing. And which is, I think it's natural, and I think it's healthy, it's positive. It's what, without the growth in the operations, you're not going to have a business. But at a certain point, people realize, people realize that they want to know where the money's going to. They want to know how much they're spending on different things. And it's not, for myself, conceptually, it's not just about looking back for the sake of looking back at what expenses were and what revenue was, but really it's about forward looking. It's about looking to see how your spending habits in the past and how your growth in the past, what are the most profitable areas, how that can help shape what you want to do in the future, and which clients and which services you want to focus on more. So to your question, what are the most common issues that clients have? So it would be not even thinking about what they need to do as far as accounting goes, as far as bookkeeping goes initially. And then on the other end, you have some other clients who they're stuck in a rut, honestly. They've been doing things the way they've been doing for a long time. They don't want to change, don't want to grow, don't like accounting, they just see it as necessary evil. So they're like, they have an issue, just, help me with this issue and do it as quickly as possible. And that's it. And then they don't want to see you again, which, those, it really depends on the individual, on the business, on their mentality, on how they're viewing their business, and how much of a vision, I would say, that they have for the business in the future.
Got it. So, I don't know if you know, maybe you do know, my son-in-law's an accountant.
Okay.
He's with Ernst & Young downtown, first year CPA.
Nice.
And the thing I find about accountants in my experience is some hate it, some love it, like any business, but the ones that love it, they'll tell a story about some obscure thing that's so exciting to them that most people don't understand. So what's something you've done in your business in the last 90 days that you thought was just really exciting that you'd like to share with your accountant friends?
So I'm going to let you in on a little secret, that I see myself as an accountant. Yes, I'm a CPA, but more than that, I am a business owner, right? I'm a small business owner. I am dealing with all of the same issues that any small business would deal with, whether it's with hiring people, whether it's with, just my expenses, thinking about my revenue, thinking about growth, thinking about different, a place to, an office, thinking about, so there's so many different aspects. I love running a business. I love having my own business. So in terms of one exciting thing, and I think that all small businesses can relate to it, one exciting thing for myself, this is actually my second month now where there's 4 of us working in the office together. Now the office is empty, nobody's here, but it's been really, really exciting and challenging at the same time to know that I have people coming, right? Before, when it was just me, or if it was just me and one other person who I knew they were gonna come and they knew what to do when they started up, it was, I had more flexibility in terms of, okay, if I had to run out of the office, if I had to, show up at a certain time, stay late, leave late, whatever the case may be. But now it's, so the challenge right now is is finding the right people. And I think I found some good people, always on the lookout for good talent. And at the same time, people that are here, making sure that it's still a good fit for them, and on both ends. And so, but really just the excitement of having your own business and having a vision for it in the future. And being able to help other people grow, help the people who are working for me, helping them grow, giving them more responsibility. And ultimately, I would like to be as little hands-on as possible, because I trust those people who are doing the work for me, that they're going to do just as quality work. Ideally, maybe even more so, right? I mean, I think Steve Jobs said that one of his hardest jobs was hiring people, because really you have to get the right talent in there. And Elon Musk, he even though he's brilliant, he's hiring people who are more brilliant than he is in specific areas, who know how to build this rocket. We're going to focus the energy on specifically building this engine. So my vision. So the exciting part is having a vision and trying to work on growing the business. And as long as we have that vision in mind, it includes bringing in people who are talented, super talented in specific areas, and trying to be able to focus that niche and provide those services to the clients.
Fantastic.
So that's exactly answering your question, but that's kind of what comes to me as exciting.
Fantastic. So I know you're on social media. I see on Facebook. If somebody had questions regarding their small business bookkeeping problem, or questions regarding their formation business, obviously my friends can reach me and I can help vet the question for you. When they reach you directly, how should they best reach out to you?
They could either by email or by phone. Best email address they can reach me directly is michael.wander@wandercpa.com. And I can write it on the board right behind me.
I'll put it this.
You put it on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your phone number, Michael?
And the phone number is 310-595-8939.
8939. Good. So I'll put that in social media as well. And any last comments for people here? We're on COVID-19. It's May 5th. Who knows how long we're going to be here? Any particular words of inspiration or words of wisdom for people, fathers or families?
I'd like to just, in closing, something that's on my mind right now a little bit. Something interesting and exciting that just happened to me this week, over this past weekend, is so I live not too far from where I'm at right now, and the street is fairly quiet. It's a quiet type of street, but there's one house literally right next door to me that the owner not too long ago moved out, and he is Airbnb-ing the house. Okay, so it's an Airbnb. Now, there are people on the block who don't like that, because there are new people coming in regularly. But this past week, it's been about a week and a half now, there were some people who are renting the house, and I'm not sure how familiar you, yourself, or your friends and your viewers are with the rap scene. But there's some rappers renting the house, and the name of the rap group it's actually a rap group that I grew up with, that I grew up listening to partially back in Seattle, and they're called Bone Thugs and Harmony. So not sure if any of your viewers might be familiar with them, but they really put themselves on the scene as people who were outside of the box in the rap scene. They weren't following the beaten path. They were really, harmonizing with their music and making it different. So it was unique. It was nice. Now they were next door to me. I live a very different life from what they are. I'm an Orthodox Jew. They're rappers. I do a little bit of rap sometime on my LinkedIn, but it's very, very different type of rap. I rap about accounting stuff. So I was thinking, they were staying up till late at night over there, and neighbors were complaining. Neighbors were calling the police, and I had a slight desire inside of me that I really wanted to go meet them and go say hi. But I was hesitant because, for many different reasons. I don't know, they're strangers. I don't know who they are. They might not be so friendly. They might not want to meet people. And so I just wasn't sure if I should really do that. But I think that we as entrepreneurs have this inside of us where we need to and like to take risks, right? We try something that makes us uncomfortable. We do things that sort of, it's outside the box. That's not the norm. And that's really what defines us as entrepreneurs. And that's really where I think the potential is in ourselves as humans, as individuals, and as business owners. So anyway, so I went on over there and I, welcomed them to the neighborhood, and they were just so nice and they were so appreciative that, from all of the slack they were getting from the rest of the street, that, that somebody took the time to come out and welcome them. And I think that it could be also a tremendous business opportunity, just because, these guys, they go on tour, they do shows, they do a lot of stuff. They don't necessarily think about accounting either. I asked them, okay, how much of what you do is business and how much of it is the art? And I was surprised that he said, it's 80-20, 80 business, 80% business and 20% the art. He said, not to take away from the art at all. And like Elon Musk says, he says that he's not doing it for the money. But if it's not for the money, he's not going to be able to continue with what he loves to do. So, so I feel like, just aside from coming out of myself and, doing something that I wouldn't normally do, speak to a stranger, but I think that I really made some valuable connections by getting out there and meeting these people. And there could also be, besides just on a personal level, it could be a good business opportunity with the people that I met as well. So I just want to share that, because I feel like that is a consistent theme, for myself, and I think for other people that I speak to as well, just about doing what is, once you start thinking about something, if you're thinking about it too much, sometimes I just have to stop thinking and just go do it. Because that means that I'm making up excuses and I just have to go do it. So that was a fun experience that happened to me this past week.
Well, I saw your post on that in social media. I've seen your LinkedIn rap music, and I can say that you are my favorite rapper. So
appreciate that.
Michael, it's been fun. It's always fun to chat with you during the business day, but we're always both so busy kind of running, and me calling you with info or you calling me with info. It's great to get a chance to learn a bit more about you, and I appreciate you sharing with me today. And again, anybody who wants to get in touch with you, I'll put your email and your phone number down below. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill, very much. Nice to see you again.